Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Let's recite Bhagavad Gita Sloka. We are reciting Bhagavad Gita Sloka from chapter 12, text 8. If anyone needs to go first, please raise your hand. So we'll just go in order. Okay. So, Achinta Dev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please repeat. Mayeva mana adhatsva.
Mai eva mana adhasva.
Mayi buddhim niveshaya.
मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय
निवसिष्यसि मय्येव
निवसिष्यसि मयि एव
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः
अत ऊर्ध्वं न समस्यय. Translation: Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances of Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mai eva manadhatsva mai buddhim niveshaya nivashishyasi mai eva atha urdhvam na samshaya. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Arvindita, please read last.
Okay. So next is Isha. Actually, Inba is here. Sorry. Inba Inia. Go ahead. Hare Krishna.
मय्येव मन आदत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Translation: Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live with me always, without a doubt.
Inia.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Dandavat pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
मयि मनः आदत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अतः ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Translation of Srila Prabhupada. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without it.
Yeah.
Mataji, she will go last.
Last. Okay. Isha.
She's here.
She's here. Okay. Go ahead, Mataji.
मय्येव मन आत्तस्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt. Hare Krishna Mataji. I came in a hurry.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Isha.
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अतः ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
Krishna Ashish.
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अतः ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
Yes. Madhava.
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अतः ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
Yeah. Rasapriya.
मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अतः ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
Mataji and Medha.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mayi eva manadasva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyasi mayi eva, ata urdhvam na samsayaha. Translation. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt.
Meda.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Maiva mana vadas
Adatsva.
adatsva mai buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mai eva ata urdhvam na samshayaha. Translation. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt.
Pragnya. Or actually Priyanka Haripriya Mataji. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mayeva mana adhatsva, mai buddhim niveshaya, nivashishyasi mayeva, ata urdhvam na sanshayah. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
Yeah. So Saujanya Mataji and Pragnya.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Maye vamana adatsva, maye buddhim niveshaya, nivasisyasi mayeva, ata urdhvam na samsaya. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt.
Hare Krishna. Mataji is not there?
No, Mataji.
Okay. Vindhyavali Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mayi eva mana adasva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, mayi sashyasi, mayi eva nivasishyasi mayi eva ata urdhvam na samsayah. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Mataji. Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Mataji, can you read like line by line? So I can
Yeah.
repeat.
Mayeva mana adhatsva.
Mayi eva mana adasva.
Mayi buddhim niveshaya.
Mayi buddhim niveshaya.
Nivasishyasi mayeva.
Nivashishyasi mayeva.
Ata urdhvam na samshayaha.
Ata urdhvam na sanshayah. Translation. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus, you will live in me always without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Arunita, you're ready? I will recite. Meanwhile, you can get ready. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, text 8. Mayeva mana adhatsva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyasi mayeva, ata urdhvam na samshayaha. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Arunita?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mayeva mana advesha
Adatsva.
my buddhi nivishaya
Nivasishyasi.
nivasisisi mayeva ata urdvam nasamsaya. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Engage all your intelligence onto me. Thus, Mataji, can you please scroll down? Thus, you will live in me always without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, did everyone recite? Okay, so we'll begin Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 15. Parashuram, the Lord's warrior incarnation. So Medha and Prajna can read because they didn't get a chance for several days, and I think they'll leave. And then I forget who read last yesterday. I think you're supposed to start again, right? Achinta Devru, yeah, you're supposed to start.
Yes, Mataji. We'll start from the beginning.
Yeah, so we'll let Medha and Prajna read because they go to school, and then we'll start with you. Okay, so Medha, you're ready?
Yes, Mataji.
Vayam hi brahmanastata kshamayarhanatam gataha yaya loka gurur devah parameshtyam agatpadam.
My dear son, we are all Brahmanas, and we have become worshipful for the people in general because of our quality of forgiveness. It is because of this quality that Lord Brahma, supreme spiritual master of this universe, has achieved his boast.
Okay, so this is what is Jamadagni? Jamadagni speaking to his son Parashuram after Parashuram killed Kartavirya Arjuna. So Jamadagni said, you should actually atone for this. Because we are Brahmanas. We have become worshipable for the people in general because of our quality of forgiveness, right? Even if someone else does some harm to you, it's the nature of a Brahmana to be tolerant and to be forgiving. That's the quality of a Brahmana. To take revenge, that's the quality of a Kshatriya. But we are not Kshatriyas, we are Brahmanas. We are not expected to go and kill someone. And that too, you kill the king. So it's not befitting a Brahmana's position. So Jamadagni is speaking to Parashuram, his son. My dear son, we are all Brahmanas and have become worshipable for the people in general because of our quality of forgiveness. It is because of this quality that Lord Brahma, the supreme spiritual master of this universe, has achieved his post. Right? Next, Prajna can read. Kshamaya rochate lakshmir brahmi sauri yatha prabha shaminam ashu bhagavams dushyate haririshwaraha. Prajna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
The duty of a Brahmana is to culture the quality of forgiveness, which is illuminating like the sun. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is pleased with those who are forgiven. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Of course, when Arjuna wanted to do the same on the battlefield, he said, well, let's forgive them and let's not fight. Krishna said, no, you must fight. So it is in context, right? Anyway, you all know the history, how the situation came to the battlefield. Forgiveness was done several times. But now, after everything was decided, the conches were also blown. Now you want to forgive, what is this? That was not approved by Krishna. But otherwise, for Brahmanas in general, you must be forgiving. And that is very much appreciated by Lord Krishna. Even Yudhishthir Maharaj, right? At every step, he was forgiving. So forgiveness is a great virtue. It's the highest virtue, to be forgiving. So let's read the purport. Usha Mataji, do you also have to go today?
Hare Krishna Mataji. No, Mataji, I'm home today.
You're home today. Okay, so then we'll just go in order. So Achintade Prabhu, you can read the purport.
Mataji, give me a second.
Yeah.
Purport. Different personalities become beautiful by possessing different qualities. Chanakya Pandit says that the cuckoo bird, although very black, is beautiful because of its sweet voice. Similarly, a woman becomes beautiful by her chastity and faithfulness to her husband, and an ugly person becomes beautiful when he becomes a learned scholar. In the same way, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishya, and Sudras become beautiful by their qualities. Brahmanas are beautiful when they are forgiving, Kshatriyas when they are heroic and never retreat from fighting, Vaishyas when they enrich cultural activities and protect cows, and Sudras when they are faithful in the discharge of duties pleasing to their masters. Thus, everyone becomes beautiful by his special qualities. And the special qualities of the Brahmanas, as described here, is forgiveness. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. So yeah, Brahmana should not give up this quality. That's what makes, it's the ornament of a Brahmana. It's what makes the Brahmana beautiful. Can you tell me what is the ornament of a Vaishnava, which makes a Vaishnava beautiful? A devotee? Isha, okay.
Humility.
Humility, not exactly. Although, yeah, that's a great virtue.
Mataji,
It's
compassion.
true. Compassion, no. There's a word, I'm asking specifically, like this is, there was a book written by His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj on this. So what is the ornament that decorates a Vaishnava? A Vaishnava book becomes very beautiful by that ornament. Forgiveness? No. Compassion, forgiveness, humility, these are all wonderful assets, of course, no doubt. No, not tolerance either. Yeah, of course. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna. So tolerance and humility are there. But specifically, looks like faith, devotion, patience. No. Okay, try.
Chanting?
Chanting. Okay. Not exactly though.
No.
I'll give the answer. Okay, you want to try? You can still try if you want to try. Yes, go ahead. Anyone wants to try? Go ahead.
Identifying oneself as servant of Lord.
Identifying oneself as servant of Lord. Yes, these are all nice qualities, but it's not the exact answer. The answer is Vaishnava etiquette. Etiquette. How we should behave, right? So that includes everything actually, right? Your humility, your compassion, forgiveness, your faith, your identifying yourself as a servant, because how you behave, right? How you are behaving with the Lord, how you are behaving with equals, how you are behaving with superiors, with subordinates, how you are behaving with the non-devotees, right? So there is an etiquette. So that etiquette is what makes a Vaishnava very beautiful when we follow the etiquette. So many years ago, several years ago, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj had written a book called Vaishnava Etiquette. So this is the ornament of a Vaishnava. So similarly, that's what makes a Vaishnava very beautiful. So that includes everything, how you dress, how you speak, everything it's included, right? Etiquette, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. So similarly, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, they also become beautiful. So beauty is not just, your features and how you look. That's not the only beauty, actually. Beauty comes from inside, actually. So for a woman, when is a woman very beautiful? Prostitutes can also be very beautiful, right? But real beauty for a woman is when she is faithful and she's chaste to her husband and she's faithful. Then that's again and again in the purport, Srila Prabhupada brings this up. A woman who has shyness, that is her protector, actually. That protects her. That commands respect from men when she's chaste and when she's shy. So similarly for Brahmanas have many qualities. So here we are specifically talking about, in this context, about forgiveness. Brahmanas have other qualities, like they are clean, right? They control their senses, they control their mind, and they're truthful, like that. And they're also very tolerant and forgiving. These are all the qualities of a Brahmana. So when a Brahmana has these qualities, he becomes very beautiful. Kshatriya, yeah, we don't talk about Kshatriya who is forgiving, he is more beautiful. No. When a Kshatriya, Shauryam, right? Yuddhe Chapalayanam, one who does not retreat in battle and he shows bravery, right? He will fight until death, but he will never turn his back and run away from the battlefield. Such a Kshatriya becomes very attractive, very beautiful. Vaishyas become very beautiful by their cultural activities, Srila Prabhupada is saying, and also by cow protection. So anyone who is carrying out his particular prescribed dharma, like Krishna says, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Swanushtita. Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha Paradharmo Bhayavaha. You carry out your own particular dharma, even if you're not perfect, if you endeavor to do, right, your dharma, then you are actually, you are very attractive if you stick to your dharma, particular dharma, like that. So here we are talking about Brahmanas. And then Prabhupada is also giving the example of, a cuckoo. It may not be very beautiful to look at. It's black. In fact, you cannot even tell the difference between a cuckoo and a crow. But when it sings, then it's so pleasing, isn't it? And usually they sing in the morning hours, and it is so pleasing to the heart. So they are very beautiful because of that quality. So we are Brahmanas. Jamadagni is telling his son Parashuram, and Brahmanas must be forgiving, right? Okay. And the Supreme Lord is very pleased with those who are forgiving. Yeah. The duty of a Brahmana is to culture the quality of forgiveness, which is illuminating like the sun. So when a Brahmana is forgiving, he is very, very attractive. Of course, a Vaishnava has all the qualities of a Brahmana and much more. So you will see in Chaitanya Leela, devotees are very, very forgiving. Even those who have Haridas Thakur, right? They tried to kill him. And then those two executors, right, who were beating Haridas Thakur in 22 marketplaces to kill him. And finally, after beating in 22 marketplaces, still he didn't die. Then they became worried. Now that king is going to kill us because we were not able to kill you. Haridas Thakur didn't take any offense. He was not thinking, you beat me so much, now you deserve to suffer. No. Oh, really? If my living is going to put you in trouble, all right, now you just see how I'm going to die. And right in front of their eyes, it appeared as if he gave up his body. right? Like there was no breathing and nothing, no pulse. So they thought they took his body and put in front of the king, the Muslim king, and said, "See, he's dead." So he said, "Okay." So someone said, "Go and burn him." No, no, why we should not burn? Bury him or burn him? They said, "No, no. If you bury him, then he will go to heaven. So just let him, throw him in the river. So he'll go to hell." So they put him in the Ganges. And then Haridas Thakur just got up and came back. So the thing is, devotee is very, very merciful, very, very forgiving, doesn't take an offense. The Lord takes offense. When someone offends his devotee, the Lord does not forgive, but the devotee doesn't take any offense. So if it is the quality of a Brahmana to be forgiving, then what to speak of a Vaishnava? That's just an additional point. Here we are talking about Brahmanas. So Jamadagni is telling his son that it's very pleasing to Lord Hari becomes very pleased when somebody is forgiving, especially when the Brahmanas are forgiving. Ragyo murdhabhishiktasya vadho brahma vadhat guruhu tirtha samsevaya chamho jahyangachyuta chetanaha. Arunita or Mataji?
Okay. My dear son, killing a king who is emperor is more severely sinful than killing a Brahmana. But now, if you become Krishna conscious and worship the holy places, you can atone for this great sin.
So, first of all, for a Brahmana to kill somebody, that is very sinful. A Brahmana cannot kill. What to speak of killing the king? So, we read about this in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam when Shringi cursed Parikshit Maharaj to die. How his father, Samika Rishi, instructed his son that this is not right. And what to speak? Of course, there, that king, the emperor, he was the emperor and he was a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. But even otherwise, a king is a representative of the Supreme Lord. He's called Naradeva. And killing an ordinary person and killing a king is not the same. For killing a king, the sin is much greater because so many people are going to be affected by that. So if there is no king, then plunderers will start plundering all the citizens because there's no protector. There's going to be so much chaos in society. So all that responsibility falls on the person who caused the king to die or who killed the king. So therefore, now what to do if you have committed such a sin? So Jamadagni is saying, you should atone for this sin. How you will atone? Srila Prabhupada is translating, by becoming Krishna conscious and worshipping the holy places. Can you think of another incident? Someone who went on pilgrimage? Vidura. Yes, Vidura also went on pilgrimage. Why? There it is explained that when Duryodhan practically threw out Vidura, then Vidura thought, this is the Lord's mercy on me. Now I can just give up. I don't have to meddle with all these affairs, worldly affairs anymore. I will go and take full shelter of the Lord. Then you may get a question. Vidura could have directly gone to Dwaraka to meet with Krishna, to take shelter of Krishna. Why he's going to various holy places? You can get a question, right? If he is taking this as an opportunity to leave the worldly affairs and surrender to Krishna, he can directly go to Dwaraka and surrender to Krishna. Why he is going to all these different holy places? So there it is explained that Vidura felt, because of his siding with, or working for Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, and they were committing all these sinful activities, especially against the Pandavas, and he is working for them, and he's being maintained by them. He got paid by them. He was maintained by them. So he felt that I should first atone for all this by going to holy places. And when I'm purified, then I will go and surrender to Krishna, like that. So Jamadagni also suggested the same thing to Parashuram. Now you should go to holy places because you have committed a great sin by killing a king. So you go and atone for that by going to holy places. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, by becoming Krishna conscious and by worshipping holy places, you can atone for this great sin. Purport. Arunita. Not ready? Inba?
Yes, Mataji. One who fully surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is freed from all sins. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami. From the very day or moment he fully surrenders to Sri Krishna, even the most sinful person is freed. Nonetheless, as an example, Jamadagni advised his son Parashurama to worship the holy places. Because an ordinary person cannot immediately surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is advised to go from one holy place to another to find saintly persons and thus gradually be released from sinful reactions. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 9th canto, 15th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Parashurama, the Lord's Warrior Incarnation.
So we can also think in the same way for Vidurji also, right? So if simply surrendering to Krishna, you become free from all sinful acts. Okay, she can read. Next. So if simply by surrendering to Krishna, you become free from all sinful activities, what is the need to first minimize your sins by going to holy places and then surrendering to Krishna, right? You can directly surrender to Krishna. Why you have to minimize your sins first? Is that required? It's not required. But the thing is, who is able to surrender to Krishna right away? In order to surrender to Krishna, one needs full faith in Krishna. And so first you have to cultivate that full faith. How do you get that full faith? Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridavrata. Right? So, of course, that can also be explained. That verse also can be explained in two ways. So one way would be, after all sins are removed, right, by the association of a pure devotee, he gets faith, and then he starts his bhajan, and then dvandva moha nirmukta means all his anarthas are removed, and then he bhajante mam dridavrata. Dridavrata means it can be explained as Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains. Now he is doing bhakti in nishta. That way also it can be explained. Or unless, if you have too many sins, right, then you won't be able to, even if you hear, especially sins means if you have aparadhas, offenses, even if you hear the messages, they won't go into your heart. The messages won't go into your heart. We can understand this, isn't it? Many times we see in the same family, same message is given to the whole family, but one person takes it seriously, immediately takes it, right? It just penetrates that person's heart and he sees the importance. And the other people are not able to take it seriously. Why? They receive the same message, the same person spoke, but one person is able to take and others are not able to take. That means here also there can be a couple of explanations. One is that the others have a lot of offenses in their hearts, which are preventing them from receiving these messages. They are not able to receive the messages. Then what should they do? So first you reduce the effect of those offenses, right? So for that, you can, that's why it is said by performing punya karma. By performing punya karma, you reduce your sins, and then at that time when you hear the messages of Krishna, because you don't have so many sins, then when you take, you become receptive to the message. So that's one thing. Of course, the other thing is why one person is taking and others are not taking. That person received the mercy of a Vaishnava. One thing is association and the other one is kripa. Kripa means Vaishnava specifically gives his or her mercy to that person. He gives, like, even if there are 10 people, he chooses to this person he wants to give mercy. And then that person is able to, take to Krishna. He'll get full Shraddha and he'll take to Krishna consciousness right away. So, coming back to our point here. So, why we should be going to holy places? So, in the case of Parashuram, so it's not that Parashuram had to, first reduce his sins and then he can surrender to the Supreme Lord. That's not the case, but to set an example for others. Yad yad acharati sreshtas tattad evetaro jana. Sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Whatever actions a great man performs, common men follow. Right? But common men don't have the same qualification as a great man. A great man like Janak Maharaj can directly do pure devotional service, but his followers won't have that type of Shraddha to directly engage in pure devotional service. Now, to set an example for them, he will perform his duties, right, nicely. And then seeing the king, they will also follow in footsteps. Yad yad achariti shreshtas tattad evetaro jana. So common men also will follow in his footsteps. They have qualification to do karma properly. They don't have full faith, so they are not yet qualified to do pure devotional service, but they are qualified to do karma. So they'll, following in the footsteps of this great personality, they will do that karma. By that they become purified, and by purification eventually they can come to pure devotional service. So for their sake, even a great man will sometimes perform such activities like atonement or going to holy places, things like that, as if he has to minimize his sins, not for himself but to set an example for those who are not able to surrender to the Lord right away, like that. So with that we come to the end of this chapter. So what did we see in this chapter? We saw that we saw who was Kartavirya Arjun, how powerful he was, in relation, by giving a comparison to Ravana's strength. We understood how powerful he was, and then also how puffed up he was because of his power. He had 1,000 arms. And then once he came to the ashram of Jamadagni, Jamadagni had a Kamadhenu cow. So he was able to host Kartavirya Arjun along with all his entourage, feed them nice food and everything. And then Kartavirya Arjun became envious. He is a Brahmana living in the jungle and he has such opulence because of this Kamadhenu cow. I want this. So he forcibly took the Kamadhenu cow away, and the cow was crying. But he took that cow away by force to his capital, Mahishmati. And meanwhile, Parashuram came home and he found out what happened. So Parashuram, along with his weapons, bow, quiver of arrows, a shield, and his parashu, the axe, he chased after Kartavirya Arjun. Just as Kartavirya Arjun was entering into his capital city, he saw Parashuram is coming behind him. So he turned around and then he sent all his, how many Akshauhinis, do you remember? Kartavirya Arjun sent how many Akshauhinis to fight with Parashuram? 17 Akshauhinis. Yes, 17 Akshauhinis. But single-handedly, Parashuram, fighting at the speed of the mind, severed their arms, legs, heads, and then also and then after a considerable amount of them were killed, then he reduced the speed. He got a little tired, and then he started fighting at the speed of the wind. Then Kartaviri Arjun, seeing this, he became infuriated, and he took up 500 bows in his 1,000 arms, and he trained all his arrows to shoot Parashuram. And Parashuram, with his 2 hands, he was able to cut off all the arrows as well as all the bows in Kartaviri Arjun's hands. And he cut off his hands and he cut off his head also, like this. So and actually he killed all the Kshatriyas, not just Kartaviri Arjun, but all the Kshatriyas on the earth 21 times. So when Jamadagni heard about this, Parashuram came back and told Jamadagni, he said, no, this is not good. You should go and atone for this by going to holy places. Now we go to the next chapter. Chapter 16. This chapter is entitled Lord Parashuram Destroys the World's Ruling Class. When Jamadagni was killed by the sons of Kartaviri Arjun, as described in this chapter, okay, so this we will read. Jamadagni was killed by the sons of Kartaviri Arjun. Parashuram rid the entire world of Kshatriyas 21 times. So first he just killed Kartaviri Arjun and he went back and told his father. And then what happened after that we will see. So later he went and killed all the other Kshatriyas 21 times. So Parashuram rid the entire world of Kshatriyas 21 times. This chapter also describes the descendants of Vishwamitra. When Jamadagni's wife Renuka went to bring water from the Ganges and saw the king of the Gandharvas enjoying the company of Apsaras, she was captivated, and she slightly desired to associate with him. Because of this sinful desire, she was punished by her husband. Parashuram killed his mother and brothers, but later, by dint of the austerities of Jamadagni, they were revived. The sons of Kartaviri Arjuna, however, remembering the death of their father, wanted to take revenge against Lord Parashuram, and therefore, when Parashuram was absent from the ashram, they killed Jamadagni, who was meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When Parashuram returned to the ashram and saw his father killed, he was very sorry, and after asking his brothers to take care of the dead body, he went out with determination to kill all the Kshatriyas on the surface of the world. Taking up his axe, he went to Mahishmatipura, the capital of Kartaviri Arjuna, and killed all of Kartaviri Arjun's sons, whose blood became a great river. Parashuram, however, was not satisfied with killing only the sons of Kartaviri Arjuna. Later, when the Kshatriyas became disturbing, he killed them 21 times so that there were no Kshatriyas on the surface of the earth. Thereafter, Parashuram joined the head of his father to the dead body and performed various sacrifices to please the Supreme Lord. Thus, Jamadagni got life again in his body, and later he was promoted to the higher planetary system known as Saptarshi Mandala. Parashuram, the son of Jamadagni, still lives in Mahendra Parvat. Parashuram lives in Mahendra Parvat. In the next Manvantara, he will become a preacher of Vedic knowledge. In the dynasty of Gadi, remember Gadi? Who is Gadi? Satyavati's father. And who is Satyavati? Jamadagni's mother. Okay. And Gadi is a descendant coming from Pururava, and Pururava is a descendant of Soma. So we are talking about the moon dynasty here. Okay. All right. So in the dynasty of Gadi, the most powerful Vishwamitra took birth. So if you remember the history, Gadi's daughter Satyavati her grandson was Parashuram, who had the temperament of a Kshatriya, a fierce Kshatriya. Similarly, Gadi's wife would have a grandson, or Gadi would have a grandson, who, even though born in a Kshatriya family, would have Brahminical tendencies. So that is Vishwamitra Muni. So in the dynasty of Gadi, the most powerful Vishwamitra took birth. By dint of his austerity and penance, he became a Brahmana. He had 101 sons who were celebrated as the Madhuchandas. What are the sons of Vishwamitra called? Madhuchandas. In the sacrificial arena of Harishchandra, the son of Ajigartha, named Shunashepha. In the yagya of Harishchandra, Harishchandra is the son of Ajigartha called Shunashepha. In the sacrifice, the son of Ajigartha named Shunashepha was meant to be sacrificed. But by the mercy of the Prajapatis, he was released. Thereafter, he became Devarata in the dynasty of Gadi. So about King Harishchandra, we already read in the Surya Vamsa, if you remember. You remember? Coming down from Vikukshi in that line, Trishanku, Harishchandra, they are in that line, Surya Vamsa. So here it is said that in the sacrificial arena of Harishchandra, the son of Ajigartha named Shunashepha was meant to be sacrificed, but by the mercy of the Prajapatis he was released. Thereafter he became Devarata in the dynasty of Gadi. The 50 elder sons of Vishwamitra, however, did not accept Shunashepha as their elder brother, and therefore Vishwamitra cursed them to become Mlechas, unfaithful to the Vedic civilization. Vishwamitra's 51st son, along with his younger brothers, accepted Shunashepha as their eldest brother, and their father Vishwamitra, being satisfied, blessed them. Thus, Devarata was accepted in the dynasty of Kaushika, and consequently, there are different divisions of that dynasty. So, the subject matter here is we are discussing the Chandravamsa, the moon dynasty, and then whatever incidents happen, stories in between, we discuss. But the thread is, the connection is the dynasty, moon dynasty. So, text 1 Sri Shuka Uvacha Pitropashikshito Ramas Tatheti Kurunandana Samvatsaram Tirthayatram Charitvashramam Avrajat. So, Arunita.
Mataji, she left for school. If it is okay, if you can give her chance tomorrow.
Okay. So next is
Inia.
Inia, yeah.
Shukadeva Goswami said, "My dear Maharaj Parikshit, son of the Kuru dynasty, when Lord Parashurama was given this order by his father, he immediately agreed, saying, 'Let it be so.' For one complete year, he traveled to holy places. Then he returned to his father's residence."
Yes. So Sukadeva Goswami said, so to Parikshit Maharaj, the son of that when Lord Parashuram was given this order by his father Jamadagni. What was the order? You should go and worship the holy places of pilgrimage, and by this you should atone for the sin. Minimize the sin. What is the sin? You killed Kartavirya Arjun. So when Parashuram received this order from his father, he immediately agreed, saying, "Let it be so. Yes, I'll do it." Right? Yes, father, I'll do as you say. So for one complete year, he traveled to holy places. Then he returned to his father's residence. So that is what happened. Parashuram was not at home. After killing Kartavirya Arjun, his father sent him. So he left. For 1 year, he was not at home. He was going to various holy places. So yes, Mataji, I didn't see you. Achit Priya Mataji, you can read. Next verse. Text 2. कदाचित्
Hare
रेणुकायाता गंगायां पद्ममालिनं गंधर्वराजं क्रीडन्तं अप्सरोभिरपश्यत. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Dandavat
Dandavat pranam,
Pranam.
Mataji. All glories to
Glories
Shri.
to the assembled devotees and wish you happy New Year. Krishna conscious New Year to everyone.
Thank you, Mataji. Go ahead.
Once when Renuka, the wife of Jamadagni, went to the bank of the Ganges to get water, she saw the king of the Gandharvas decorated with a garland of lotuses and sporting in the Ganges with celestial apsaras. Thank you. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
thank you. Hare Krishna. So, this is one incident that happened. So we know Renuka. Renuka is the wife of Jamadagni, and Jamadagni would perform this Agnihotra Yagya every day. So she would go and collect water in the pot. She would go to the river, bring water to be used in the sacrifice, and to assist her husband. So once she went to collect water, and when she went there, she saw the chief Gandharva king, with many apsaras enjoying together. So Gandharvas and apsaras, they're very, very beautiful. So when she saw him enjoying with the other ladies, she just got a desire, just briefly. She was also attracted to that Gandharva, just in her mind. So she was just sitting there and watching them. So meanwhile, it became delayed. She was supposed to go back, bring water for, to help in the sacrifice, but she was delayed. So once when Renuka, the wife of Jamadagni, went to the bank of the Ganges to get water, she saw the king of the Gandharvas decorated with a garland of lotuses and sporting in the Ganges with celestial women. So they were sporting. So then, so Jai Ganesh Prabhu and Jai Shri Mataji. विलोकयन्ति क्रीडन्तम् उदकार्थं नदीं गता होमवेलां न सस्मार किञ्चित् चित्ररथस्पृहा. Yeah.
She had gone to bring water from the Ganges, but when she saw Chitraratha, the king of the Gandharvas, sporting with the celestial girls, she was somewhat inclined toward him and failed to remember that the time for the fire sacrifice was passing.
Yeah. So she was supposed to bring that water for the fire sacrifice. And she, it happens like that, right? Sometimes you just get absorbed in something. Maybe you're browsing something, or, whatever else. You just get, maybe you're talking to someone. Uh, and then you just lose track of time. So like that, she was just looking at Chitraratha, and she was completely enamored, and then she lost track of time, and actually it was getting really late. The time for the sacrifice had passed, so she didn't realize it was passing. The time for the sacrifice was passing. कालात्ययं तं विलोक्य मुने शापाविशङ्किता आगत्य कलशं तस्थौ पुरोधाय कृताञ्जलिः. Jai Ganesh Prabhu.
Later, understanding that the time for offering the sacrifice had passed, Renuka feared a curse from her husband. Therefore, when she returned, she simply put the water pot before him and stood there with folded hands.
Yeah. So she knew she was wrong. She came late. And she came late. Why she came late? Because she was looking at the Gandharva, and she was even attracted to the Gandharva. So there was some contamination in the mind. So she was expecting her husband is going to, punish. So she just came back put the pot down. She didn't say anything. Silently, with folded hands, she stood there. So next, Isha. Actually, wait. I think I changed it already. Yeah. Yeah, we read this. So when she returned, she simply put the water pot before him and stood there with folded hands. Vyabhicharam munirgyatva patnya prakupito bravit ghnatainam putrakah papam ityuktaste na chakrire. Isha.
The great sage Jamadagni understood the adultery in the mind of his wife. Therefore, he was very angry and told his sons, "My dear sons, kill this sinful woman." But the sons did not carry out his order.
So Renuka came and he could understand, because Jamadagni is a very, exalted sage. He could understand what had happened by his mystic powers. He could understand why she came late. And this is even to get such a thought in the mind, this was another yuga, right? So even you commit a sin in your mind, you're responsible for that and you'll get a reaction for that. But because in Kali Yuga we are so degraded, if we commit a sin in the mind, then we don't get a reaction for that. But if we do some good activity, some pious activity, some virtuous activity, even in the mind, you get the result for that. But if you do some sinful activity in the mind, you don't get because it is so rare, right, for people to actually perform virtuous activities even in the mind. So they get credit for that. But if they do some sinful activity in the mind, it is so common, right, for people to commit sinful activities. If you start punishing them, then I don't know if anyone will be spared in Kali Yuga, right? But this was a different yuga. So Renuka's, even in her mind, just thinking like that was a sin. And the punishment was, Jamadagni said, kill her right away. Right? The word in the Sanskrit is vyabhichari. Vyabhichari means like a prostitute. And who did he tell to kill? His own sons. He told his sons, kill your mother. The sons were alarmed. What? So they wouldn't kill her. They didn't do it. Then, the great sage Jamadagni understood the adultery in the mind of his wife. Therefore, he was very angry and told his sons, "My dear sons, kill this sinful woman." But the sons did not carry out his order. They didn't listen to him. Then, Ramah sanchoditah pitra bhratrin matra sahavadit prabhavagyo mune samyak samadhes tapasascha saha. Krishna Shish.
Jamadagni then ordered his youngest son, Parashuram, to kill his brothers, who had disobeyed his order, and his mother, who had mentally committed adultery. Lord Parashuram, knowing the power of his father, who was practiced in meditation and austerity, killed his mother and brothers immediately.
So Jamadagni was angry now, not only with Renuka, but also with his sons who disobeyed his order. And then he told Parashuram, the youngest son, now you kill your mother and all your brothers also. You kill your brothers for disobeying me, and you kill your mother because of her adultery. Now Parashuram is thinking, Parashuram knows the power of Jamadagni. Jamadagni did not need his sons to kill Renuka. Simply by chanting a mantra, he could cause all of them to die. He could kill everyone. And at the same time, because he had such powers, he could even revive someone, right? Bring them back to life. So knowing this, what did Parashuram do? So Jamadagni ordered Parashuram to kill his brothers and also his mother, who mentally committed adultery. So Parashuram, knowing the power of his father, who was practiced in meditation and austerity, if he didn't kill, his father would kill. And what would he achieve? And his father would probably kill everyone, including Parashuram. Of course, Parashuram is an incarnation, but knowing the power of his father, Parashuram, without a question, as soon as the father said, kill your mother and brothers, he just killed, right? Beheaded, killed his mother and the brothers immediately. Purport, Madhava.
The word Prabhavagya is significant. Parasuram knew the prowess of his father, and therefore he agreed to carry out his father's order. He thought that if he refused to carry out the order, he would be cursed. But if he carried it out, his father would be pleased. And if the father was pleased, Parasuram would ask the benediction of having his mother and brothers brought back to life. Parasuram was confident in this regard, and therefore he agreed to give his mother and brothers.
So that is what it means when the translation says knowing the powers of Jamadagni. That means Jamadagni even had the power to bring them back to life. Even if Parashuram killed them, first of all, by Parashuram's killing them, Jamadagni would be very pleased with Parashuram that the others didn't obey him, but Parashuram obeyed. Oh, this is my dear son, right? He actually obeys me. He'll be very pleased with Parashuram. And then Parashuram can say, he will even say, oh, ask me for any benediction. I'm so pleased with you. Then he would say, please bring my mother and my brothers back to life, and also may let them not remember that I killed them. So they won't hold any, ill feelings that, oh, you killed us, right? So they shouldn't even remember that I ever killed them, like that. So, but if he didn't obey, if he had also said, no, I cannot kill, then Jamadagni could have killed by his powers only, right? And on top of that, he would curse Parashuram for disobeying. So, which would be a win-win situation? Just killing them at first, right? So, like that. So, Parashuram just agreed to kill Rasapriya. वरेण छन्दयामासा प्रीतः सत्यवती सुतः वव्रे हतानां रामोऽपि जीवितं चास्मृतिं वधे.
Devanagni, the son of Satyavati, was very much pleased with Parasuram and asked him to take any benediction he liked. Lord Parasuram replied, let my mother and brothers live again, and not remember having been killed by me. This is the benediction I ask.
So that's the benediction he asked. Bring them back to life and let them not remember that I ever killed them. उत्तस्थुस्ते कुशलिनो निद्रापाया इवाञ्जसा पितुर विद्वांस्तपो वीर्यं रामश्चक्रे सुहृद्वधम्. Okay, so Usha Mataji, are you able to read, Mataji? Usha Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thereafter, by the benediction of Jamadagni, Lord Parashurama's mother and brothers immediately came alive and were very happy. As if awakened from sound sleep, Lord Parashurama had killed his relatives in accordance with his father's order because he was fully aware of his father's power, austerity, and learning. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, when they were actually brought back to life, for them it was as if they were fast asleep and they just woke up from sleep. They didn't remember anything else, what happened, nothing, as if they just woke up from sleep by the benediction of Jamadagni. So, and why Parashuram did this? Because he was aware of the powers of Jamadagni. So, therefore, he was actually very smart here, right? So, his father is also pleased, and everyone else is also normal. They're alive, and they don't have any bad feelings towards him. Yerjunasya sutarajan smarantah swapiturvadham ramavirya parabhuta lebire sharmana kvachit. Sonia Mataji.
My dear King Parikshit, the sons of Kartavira Arjuna, who were defeated by the superior strength of Parsurama, never achieved happiness, for they always remembered the killing of their father.
Yes. So, thank you, Mataji. Meanwhile, Kartavirya Arjuna was killed by Parashuram. And then Parashuram went on pilgrimage as per the order of his father. But the sons of Kartavirya Arjun, how many sons did he have? We read yesterday, right? 10,000 sons. Kartavirya Arjun had how many sons? Many sons. So they were all very unhappy that their father, their powerful father, was killed by Parashuram single-handedly. So now they wanted to take revenge on Parashuram. They wanted to take revenge on Parashuram. They couldn't live in peace after Kartavirya Arjun's death. Purport. So next is Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Jamadagni was certainly very powerful due to his austerities, but because of a slight offense by his poor wife Renuka, he ordered that she be killed. This certainly was a sinful act, and therefore Jamadagni was killed by the sons of Kartavira Arjuna as described herein. Lord Parshurama was also infected by sin because of killing Kartavira Arjuna, although this was not very offensive. Therefore, whether one be Kartavira Arjuna, Lord Parshuram, Jamadagni, or whoever one may be, one must act very cautiously and sagaciously. Otherwise, one must suffer the results of sinful activities. This is the lesson we receive from Vedic literature.
Yeah. So Jamadagni was very powerful. And, his wife, you can say because of the influence of the modes, committed some mistake on a mental level, on the mental platform. So it was a slight offense, it is said. But for that, such severe punishment to be killed. So that is a sinful act, Srila Prabhupada is saying, right? Ordering his wife, ordering his sons to kill his wife because mentally she thought of another woman and another man. So for that she should be killed. So this is certainly a sinful act, Srila Prabhupada is saying. So for this sinful act there has to be a reaction. The reaction is Jamadagni got killed by the sons of Kartavirya Arjun. So why Jamadagni got killed by the sons of Kartavirya Arjun? Because of ordering or even killing, actually, right? Parashurama actually killed, and he killed because Jamadagni ordered. So for killing his wife, Jamadagni got the punishment of being killed by Kartavirya Arjun's sons. And Lord Parashuram also infected that sin because he killed Kartavirya Arjun, although this was not very offensive. So Parashuram's killing Kartavirya Arjun is not as offensive as Jamadagni's killing Renuka, because Kartavirya Arjun actually offended, right? He forcibly took the Kamadhenu away, and he was being very ungrateful after taking all the hospitality. In return, he's stealing away the Kamadhenu, right? So Lord Parashuram went and punished Kartavirya Arjun. So that was, yes, as a Brahmana he's killing a Kshatriya. Yes, that is an offense, that's a sin. But it was not as bad as Jamadagni's killing Renuka. Therefore, the lesson to be learned is it does not matter whether you are Kartavirya Arjun. Why Kartavirya Arjun got killed? Because he stole the Kamadhenu from Jamadagni after nicely accepting his hospitality, right? So for that sin, Kartavirya Arjun got killed. Lord Parashuram also infected the sin, and Jamadagni, he also had to be killed. So whoever one may be, whichever high post one may be, he must act very carefully. Sagaciously means, like a sage, with virtue. If you act irresponsibly or sinfully, it does not matter who you may be, you will suffer the results, the consequences of your sinful activities. This is the lesson we are learning from this whole episode from the Vedic literature. Okay, so yeah, Mataji, Nilambari Mataji, I didn't see you, so you can read. एकादाश्रमतो रामे सभ्रातरीवनं गते वैरं सिषाधयिष्यवो लब्धच्छिद्रा उपागमन्.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Once when Parashuram left the ashram from the forest with Vashuman and his other brothers, the sons of Kartavirya Arjun took the opportunity to approach Jamadagni's residence to seek vengeance for their grudge. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So this is what happened. The sons of Kartavirya Arjun, what did they do? So after Kartavirya Arjun's death, they couldn't live in peace. They wanted to take revenge. So when Parashuram left the ashram for the forest, so he was not there at home. He went with his brothers. Parashuram is the youngest son, so he went with his brothers into the forest. So the sons of Kartavirya Arjun took the opportunity to approach Jamadagni's residence to seek vengeance for their grudge. So Jamadagni was at home without his sons. So the sons of Kartavirya Arjun came to attack. So then, Saujanya Mataji, are you able to read?
Yes, Mataji.
दृष्ट्वाग्न्यागार आसीनम् आवेशिता धियं मुनिम् भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके जघ्नुस्ते पापनिश्चयाः.
The sons of Kartavirya were determined to commit sinful deeds. Therefore, when they saw Jamadagni sitting by the side of the fire to perform yajna and meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is praised by the best of selected prayers, they took the opportunity to kill him. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Jamadagni was sitting in meditation on the Supreme Lord. He was actually meditating. At that time, Kartavirya Arjun's sons came and they were determined to commit sinful deeds. What was the sinful deed? They wanted to take revenge, so they wanted to come and kill. Like Parashuram killed their father, so they will come and kill Parashuram's father. So when they saw Jamadagni sitting by the side of the fire to perform yajna and meditating upon the Supreme Lord, they took the opportunity to kill him. While he was absorbed in meditation, they killed Jamadagni. 1 second, Mataji. So, did anyone not read today? I think everyone read except for Arunita and Vindhyavali Mataji. Yes, Saujanya Mataji.
Mataji, did Parashuram just start killing all the Kshatriyas now, or he was already killing?
No, he was not already killing.
Oh,
After
he was not.
now he will begin after this. After his father gets killed, then he will go and kill.
Okay, because I was thinking, why is Jamadagni punishing him? Because he's been already killing all the Kshatriyas, but that is next after this.
Jamadagni is punishing whom?
Parashuram saying that killing as a Brahmana you should not kill. Then I was thinking he's been killing all the Kshatriyas,
No,
but I think it's later.
Kartavirya Arjun, only Kartavirya Arjun. He killed Kartavirya Arjun.
I think in the
He was
summary
not
is what
punishing. He was not punishing. He said you should go and atone. So go to holy places, go on pilgrimage. By this, because it is a sinful act, you are the son of a Brahmana, you are a Brahmana. So for a Brahmana to take revenge like this and kill another person is not befitting. So you go on pilgrimage. That's what Jamadagni said.
Okay, so he didn't start killing yet.
No.
Okay. Maybe
He
I
will
think that
start
was in
now.
the summary. Okay. Okay, Mataji.
So should I read Bhagavad Gita or you want me to end the session here, timing wise? It's okay. If you want me to end, just say I'll end, no problem. Nobody's saying anything. Then I'll just read. Okay. Bhagavad Gita. We are reading Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, text, I think 6 or 7, maybe 8. Let's see. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 1, text 7. Okay, please repeat. Asmakam tu vishishtaye tannibodha dvijottama nayaka mama sainyasya sangyartham tan bravimite. But for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. So, first, Duryodhan said, look at the army of the Pandavas, how nicely it is arranged by Drishtadyumna, your intelligent disciple, right? And then he went down the list of all the warriors, not all, but a few warriors, and he said, they are all as powerful as Arjun and Bhimsen in battle. And he said, these are all the warriors. But then Dronacharya may feel, fearful or disappointed. My God, they are so powerful, and he may become disheartened. Then he's saying, wait, look at our army. It's not that we don't have any powerful soldiers. Now let me tell you about who are all the soldiers on my side. And then he will go down the list of the soldiers that are there in his side. So that we will read tomorrow. And then actually in all these verses, what we see, what is Duryodhan trying to hide? He's trying to hide his fear. His fear. That's what he's trying to do. I'm looking for Leelamrita here. So I'll just read Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita and then I will let you all go. His questioner seemed satisfied. The lecture is not a prepared speech on a specific subject. Though grave and thorough in scholarship, it ranges over several philosophical points, yet he never pauses, groping for words. He knows exactly what he wants to say, and it is only a question of how much his audience can take. Yeah. So talking about spiritual master, because Srila Prabhupada was talking about Shishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. I surrender to you. Now please instruct me. Arjun asks Krishna. So on the point of how everyone needs a spiritual master, so Srila Prabhupada was quoting from various places. So Srila Satsvarup Maharaj is saying that it's not, like specifically, he's not talking on just, like a prepared class. No, he's just talking on so many points, but it's not like he's just thinking about what else to say and, kind of pausing in between. No, he knows exactly what he wants to say. It's just a matter of how much the audience is able to take. But sometimes his mood is light and he commiserates with his fellow New Yorkers, chuckling about the difficulties they share. Suppose there is a heavy snowfall, the whole New York City is flooded with snow, and you are all put into inconvenience. That is a sort of suffering, but you have no control over it. Sometimes he praises Dr. Mishra's students for having learned so nicely from their teacher. Now, what Dr. Mishra is teaching is very nice. He is teaching that first of all, you must know, who am I? That is very good. But that who am I can be known from Bhagavad Gita also. I am not this body. And sometimes a guest suddenly speaks out with an irrelevant question and the Swami patiently tries to consider it. So I'll stop here. So Srila Prabhupada is in New York, in the apartment, in that building. A very small room, and that's where mostly students of Dr. Mishra, they would come, and Srila Prabhupada is speaking on Bhagavad Gita and they're asking questions. So that's what is going on. So I will stop here today. We will continue tomorrow. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. You have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.